Hello and welcome to Adobe Live. My name is Flynn and thank you so much for joining us today. It's Friday, which is crazy. We never do live streams on a Friday, so hope you have some fantastic weekend plans coming up. So we are live. We are live in two places. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Behance. Behance chat seems to be a bit odd today, like the formatting for me. I don't know if it is for anybody else. So if you want to chat, maybe just use YouTube today. I can see some folks in YouTube. You can jump in and ask us questions for me or the host. And we also have Dark Hours Co, who is looking after us as our chat mod today as well. So it's always fun when it's interactive. So don't hesitate to throw your questions in or anything like that. But anyway, that's enough from me. Hey, welcome for the very first time to Adobe Live, Amy Crow. Hello.
Hi Flynn. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. We've been chatting for a while and the day is finally here where we get to introduce you to the Adobe Live, people who follow Adobe Live. And I've really enjoyed kind of jumping into your work and getting to know you a little bit. And we're going to get to know you a little bit more today, which is very exciting. And you are located in Brisbane, is that correct?
Correct. It's a lovely day out there. Looks great.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Lovely. That's awesome. And it's so funny because when I was writing kind of the little intro for the little blurb for this, I was looking for your bio, and your bio is in many places and it has so many different titles that it was quite hard to kind of lock it down exactly what you do. And so I just left it as multidisciplinary designer, which seems to be a nice catch-all. But you do like 1,000 things. So I'm going to let you kind of tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do. We are here for, an hour-ish. And I'm sure there's some people that know you in chat as well. So if you're new here, please don't hesitate to throw in some questions that you might have for Amy. Or if you know something about Amy that we should know, you can do some leading questions and then maybe we'll put her on the spot. So how do you want to start? Can you give us kind of the rundown of who you are and what you do?
Yeah, it's funny that you found it difficult to kind of knit it all together, just because there is so much and it's really difficult on like how to we could be here for an hour unpacking all of this, so I'll try and keep it real tidy and tight. But hi, my name is Amy Crow. I'm a multidisciplinary creative from Brisbane, born and bred. I started off doing makeup, so I'm a makeup artist. Moved into hairdressing, so I'm a hairdresser. I've been a hairdresser for about 14 years and I run my own salon. What else? After that, I studied graphic design, so now I'm a qualified graphic designer. After that, I did UX, so I also do some UX stuff. The UX stuff comes into the graphic design a lot, as opposed to it being a separate thing. I just use the frameworks in my design practice.
Mm.
After that, I did a lot of like business, sales, marketing, like short courses, learning through people, that kind of thing, which was great. Yeah, and then I've started quite a few businesses. One of my mentors would say to me that I'm a serial entrepreneur, which I still feel a little uncomfortable about, but I'm growing into the more businesses I open and run and do. So currently I run Forge Forward, which is a product-based business, and it's based on kind of like joy, discovery, having fun, laughing, like lots of like really fun, bubbly kind of products, as well as design tools, which I'd like to develop more of. I make a lot of zines. My stock cupboard is right here. So I'm looking at, card games, books, magnets, keychains, bumper stickers have been one of my biggest seller, and also a lot of art prints. So I do a lot of art prints, digital. I've done screen, as well as like risograph, which I really love as well. I had a
Yeah.
risograph machine for a bit, which was really cool when I had my shop. So Forge Forward started in 2020. I had a shop for a couple of years, and that was like a real roller coaster. It was super fun. I also tutor at QUT, Queensland University of Technology. I tutor in design and also entrepreneurship. So yeah. And then recently, my friend James and I started a nationwide print festival called Printorama. So our first event is in July in Brisbane, and then our next event will be in Perth in December. And then next year, we want to hit a lot of major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, as well as doing a bigger event in Brisbane and another event in Perth. I think
Right.
that wraps a lot of it up.
Yeah. So do you do anything else? No,
Oh,
that's
music.
crazy.
Yeah.
And music and
But
you're a
that's more for
musician.
fun. I don't make any money from that, which is fine. It's just
Yeah.
that's what I do, like for fun
I,
in my own time.
I mean, it's heaps of stuff, right? Like, there's not enough time in the day. It's so much stuff. But that's great. I mean, elevator pitches are usually a lot shorter than that. That's a long elevator ride. It was great. It was very detailed. It's perfect. Exactly what we want.
Cool.
But that's so much stuff, and I think it's super interesting. And I mean, I think a lot of people can relate. I'm sure a lot of your graduates will be maybe serial entrepreneurs, but do lots of things, multifaceted. I was saying to Amy, it's really hard for me not to turn these things into podcasts and just dissect everything there. But we do need to move on, and we want to show some stuff. We're in a format that is very visual, so maybe we could jump into a project or two and have a look at some stuff. So we're going to segue over to, no, I have one job. Okay, over to your screen. So we can see your screen now. I can see that we're in Illustrator. Is that kind of one of your tools of choice?
Yeah, I hang out predominantly in Illustrator for a lot of my design work. I would also play around in InDesign when I'm making more like books or multi-page kind of things there. But I guess because a lot of my work is illustrative and has those illustrative components, it's easier to keep it in here. But if I was doing more typographic layout, I'd be over in InDesign.
Cool.
And sadly, Photoshop doesn't get much of my attention. I'm really only in there to edit, like to turn some images into halftone bitmaps. That's really all I'm doing in there.
Yeah, that's okay. Photoshop gets a lot of love here on Adobe Live, so it's fine. And you might see I have an Illustrator pillow, not a Photoshop pillow. So we're in good company.
Okay, good.
Cool. So can we check out some of your projects? Or
yeah. So
what do you have for us?
So this is the cleanest pasteboard you will ever see, and this is not how I work. But I made sure I did some pre-work, so that we could make this like pretty clean. So
Awesome.
What we're going to be doing today, Flynn, is we're going to be making a fake band poster, and it needs to sit in the universe of the other fake band posters that I've already made. So the first fake band poster I made was called Immortal Lobster. This came out in, maybe like 2023, so a while ago now. This has been one of my best-selling prints, which is hilarious because it's for a band that just doesn't exist. This was
it
my
should
little...
exist, though. It's a sick name for a band. It's so good.
Well, I almost did write some tracks for it, but then I realized that the genre, I think, would be like a heavier, and I don't do heavier music. So I thought I would be not doing that genre a very good, I would be doing it a disservice.
Fair enough.
So here's some images, like part of my mood board that I had collected when I had started making this. And I think what I was finding through the mood boards, and as you'll see with the rest of the posters, is that I like to keep the color palettes quite tight. So the funny thing about this poster is that lobsters aren't immortal. It's a common misconception. And the reason people think that, it's because of the way that their DNA works. So our DNA has what's called telomeres. And for us as humans, they have a certain amount that reproduce and regenerate over our lifetimes, and they disintegrate over our lifetimes, which is where we see aging happen.
Right.
Lobsters' telomeres don't do that. So theoretically, they could be immortal, but what likely happens is that they get caught and eaten, or they just give up. Right. They actually get so tired because every time they grow bigger, they actually have to get rid of their exoskeleton and regrow a new one. And that takes a great deal of energy. Right. Yeah. So sometimes they just go, you know what, King, it's just not worth the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
I'm done.
I'm done. Just I surrender. White flags up. So, right. So it's a very visual, a very striking poster, which is what I like about it. There's good contrast in here. But some of the things that are quite funny about this is how some of the facts about lobsters not being immortal have come into this. So lobsters are a great source of omega-3s. So I decided to make that the record company.
Nice.
Yeah. And then not a lot of people know this, but lobsters have clear blood before you cook them. When you cook them, their blood turns opaque.
Oh, really?
Right. So I thought Clear Blood Touring Co. sounded pretty cool.
That's so good.
So this is a tour poster, so in a pinch tour, and we've got some supporting guests, which I haven't made bands for, actually, posters for, which I should. Hardcore Prawn, which is funny, and Crab Potluck.
That's awesome. They're both awesome. It's so
I think they'd be fun. Yeah, I think they'd be a cool band. I think they'd be fun to watch. Yeah. This Live, Loud and Lobsters reminds me of when I did a lot of hospitality marketing and design work, and we'd always, put the NRL games on, and they'd always just be like, oh, live and loud on the big screen, just put that on the poster. And so that's a little bit of PTSD.
That was like a common tagline you could get to get people to come to the pub.
Yeah, live, loud on the big screen.
That's so funny. Loud I'd be like, ew.
Ew.
I'm like, I don't want to
tell me you're over 30 without telling me you're over 30. Same.
Yeah, totally. 30, that's generous. Thank you.
So then obviously we need to have where this band is going to be touring. So It's the summer migration dates up the East Coast. So we've got Royal Bay, Pacific Fair, a nod to Gold Coast. Richie's Inlet, the Shoreline, Max's Grub House, and the Rusty Bucket. All of these are made up except for Pack Fair. Right. And then I added a new date for Uncle Rico's Ristorante. So this is from a zine that I have made. So this is a series.
Of course you did.
Yeah. When the whole premise of the Forge World zines is fake businesses that don't exist. So Uncle Rico's Ristorante was actually from a previous issue. So I like to kind of like embed things into each issue.
That's awesome. I love all the puns. I'm such a sucker for a pun. Like it's so much fun.
A pun, a dad joke, I'm here for it.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, you'll love this one. Tickets on sale now, but sales spelled.
Yes. That's awesome.
See what I did there?
Yeah. I love it.
And then I thought I would put their debut tracks.
Exoskeleton.
I'm laughing my own joke.
I haven't seen this in detail. I've only seen it as the poster, but I haven't gone into the detail here. This is so cool. I love it.
So this was the first one. This was sort of like the beginning of the series. And then in the zine, this is a spread from the zine. So another business I'd made up called Fizz and Piss, which is like an energy drink. They sponsor Immortal Lobster. We
should explain to anyone, our North American friends who may watch this video, that piss in is also alcohol, like drinking booze. So just for the
but this was actually made with urine.
Oh right, okay, there you go. Never mind. Well, didn't need an explanation then. It's also we. Okay, great.
So then the next one I made, this one took me a long time to make. I was just thinking about it for a really long time. So this is called Gay Ram. And it was based on the Ram trucks, like in a way visually. Like I really like the Ram logo because it's so heavy. It's so chunky and heavy. And as you can see by my mood boards, like I absolutely love a chunky type. So same again, we've got, the Ram on Ram tour, kind of funny because they're gay. And 1 in 12 records. So 1 in 12 Rams are actually statistically gay, making it about 8% of all Rams.
Right. Is that a fact?
It's a fact.
Wow.
It's a fact because there is a guy who buys gay rams for his gay ram farm, and because usually, sadly, they put them down because they're what they call a shy breeder.
Right.
Yeah, they won't breed because it's not their inclination. If you get what I'm saying.
I getcha. Yeah.
So there's a farmer who buys gay rams, and he uses their wool and sells their wool for yarn.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. So they're supported by Immortal Lobster and sponsored by Fizz and Piss. See what we're doing here.
I see. I love that.
And then
the stars around Fizz and Piss.
It's fizzy.
It's really appropriate for the gay ram audience as well. It's like
jazz
not
hands.
A gay ram, but an ally. It's really that's cool.
So this Please Ram Me was actually from a bumper sticker that I made.
Right.
And it's also one of my most popular bumper stickers.
That's so good.
Yeah. Don't go to gayram.com. I've never been there, but don't go.
Not sponsored. It's not an Adobe Live sponsored.
No. If I had maybe thought about it, I might have bought the URL and done something funny with it. So we got our
definitely not.
No, don't Google it. Don't Google it.
The end of my career instantly. Imagine if you said, "Hey, go check that out live." I got the domain, and it's just a cool poster, and then whatever is at gayram.com came up on this channel. That'll be the end of me.
It's all over Red Rover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we've got obviously some album tour dates. We've got the Cloven Hoof Hotel, Ramsterdam Tavern, Pasture Club, Woolshed, and Roger.
Ramjet.
Yeah, Roger Ramjet.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah. Those who know, And then we got some hit tracks. He's just not that into you. You would love that as a pun. Playing the field and not the ram you're looking for.
Oh, there's a Star Wars reference in there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not the droid you're looking for.
Oh, I thought it was from the standard, he's not the man you're looking for.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But cool to know that it's got yet another layer that I didn't plan on that I will benefit from.
Extra bonus, yeah.
And then this was my most recent one. So this is my mood board here. This was called Agents of Surveillance because it's based on the fact that there was a guy, I can't remember his name now. I had all those facts in my head and now they're gone, but he said that birds weren't real, and he started a whole
I,
movement.
I was hoping that's
Yeah,
what this was
yeah,
about. Yeah,
yeah. Birds
awesome.
aren't real, and it came off the back of the CIA making drone pigeons to
Yeah,
spy on people from the war.
so funny.
So if we zoom in here, we've got performing live their top hits: Natural Spies, Animals of Espionage, and Birds Aren't Real.
Yeah, sky rats in the top left. That's
Sky
awesome.
rats.
It's like Simpsons. Like, what's it, like Gutter Bird?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that a lot.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, and then domesticated records. So we domesticated pigeons. They used to be they're generally cliff dwellers, but we
Right.
domesticated them for the city, and then we abandoned them. So cruel of us.
So cruel.
I know.
We do really dislike them too, don't we? Like
they are
as a
trending
species.
right now. They are trending right now. People are loving them. People are loving
Really?
a pigeon. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know where they came, like where the love for pigeons has come from. If it's always been there and now is the time to tell everyone. But yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cool. Good to know.
And then pigeon milk is what is called when they regurgitate food for their young.
Gross.
Yeah. Sorry, Flynn.
That's okay. Totally.
But this is the universe that we want to make a poster
Awesome.
to live in.
It's so good. Can I just say, like, I think it's really interesting how you've got the references up there, but you can tell through the design process, it's almost gone completely away from that. But it's interesting. Is that like somewhere you kind of use as reference to kind of start, but then you clearly departed quite a lot away from them. Like, you know how sometimes people won't want to show their references because it's a little bit too close, but these have moved so far beyond.
Yeah, I think I'll start, like, I think the closest, this one was my main inspiration. Like, I loved this kind of ticket situation, which I did use a lot here, but then did it in my own way.
Yeah, that's probably the only one that you could really see.
Yeah.
Whereas the like Gay Ram is quite departed from, there's a lot more detail there.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, and this is what we were kind of talking about, and I've made a mood board that I'll show you that I'll likely move away from as well in the design process. But the gathering of information, the visual information, is really, really important. And I see this a lot with my students because I tutor design students, like first year, like they're new to design. And something that I notice is that, like, sometimes they'll just try and start, and you're like, but babe, you've got no launch pad to work from. You've got no visual stimulus in your head. Like, how are you're just making, you don't know what you don't know, and you're just making stuff up from your very limited bank.
Right.
So it's really important, I find, to gather kind of mood, like, images, and I'm usually just dragging them onto my pasteboard, and then I'm organizing them and getting rid of the ones that aren't super cohesive. And even doing that, you start kind of understanding just intuitively, like, oh, like hierarchy, like how, like the levels of things, and you're looking at salience. So if there's something really big, you're like, oh, okay, well, that I might want to do something like that. And I really like blocking, and I like stacking, and you just don't know what you don't know. So, like, doing the visual research is not only fun, but it's highly beneficial.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So I always start with looking at stuff, especially, like, I don't know what band posters look like, because our band posters don't, and these posters here, typically, like, 70s and 80s, like our band posters don't look like this anymore.
Totally.
So I wanted to have that kind of older school feel with a modern take.
You only had like dates in the venue as well, whereas now you're going to have like a website and like,
QR codes and stuff.
QR codes and also there's more information, right? Like cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so will we talk about what are we doing today, or do you have?
Yeah, let's segue to that for sure.
Cool. All right.
There's a lot of love for these posters, by the way, in chat.
Oh, good.
Probable clause. Yeah, I really
hilarious.
like that one too. I don't know why that stuck with me, but yeah, I like that one too.
And I think it's part of the reason that I love the English language, because there's so much to play with.
Yeah,
I love it. All right, so we've got a mood board here. It's not a very strict mood board. I think I was just finding things, again, this like Depeche Mode one, which is like really like strong typographic 2-color. I probably will do a 2-color, maybe 3, but like generally I am sticking around that. This Estoy Bien is really cool. I really like the contrast in this. I like how this kind of looks, although I'm not sure how legible that might be at a smaller size. I like these overlays. Not sure if I'll use it, but I like the overlay idea. And I think in this one, I just really liked how this rail just cut that, and then how nicely the white stands out on top of these dark colors. And then there's some fun type here. I don't know. I just liked it. Visually, I just really liked it. So we'll see if any of it kind of shows up in my own work, but it's nice to see some cool stuff. Feed the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. And these are all kind of modern. These are like modern.
Yeah, I'm a Pinterest girly. I just went through and found them on Pinterest. Where's this? Yeah, this doesn't have a year on it, but this looks, again, don't even know where this is from. When?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because it's always like May 14. It's like, yeah, what year?
No, timeless.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So on top of all of that visual research, I also did a lot of research about ants because we are going to be making a poster about ants. I recently saw a really cool artist on Instagram who does, I'm not sure how to explain the type of work he does. It's sort of like, so the piece I saw was like, he'd just taken an overhead video of all of these ants running around.
Right.
And he'd printed out like a news headline, you know, like how you see on the TV. It's like, it'll be like 7 News and then like blah, 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 blah. And he just put it on the ground and filmed the video. So it looked like the ants were on TV.
Oh, right.
And the bottom of the thing said like, new studies find that 38% of ants are just are just running around looking busy.
Oh, right. Like me. That's what I do at work.
Well, that's what all the comments were saying. They were just like, oh my God, I'm an ant.
Oh, no.
And then I think there might have been another one saying about how they don't sleep or something. And then someone in the comments said, no sleep for ants. And I was like, oh, that is a great band name.
That's awesome.
That's so good. So I can't even credit that.
Something I was thinking of is like you're sitting around with your friends or something. You're like, oh, that's a cool band name or something like that, right? And it's like, but you make the posters out of it. So you take it that extra, much further extra step.
Yeah. I always like to I like to run with a bit and double down.
Right. Yeah. There's got to be a bigger joke later on.
Yeah. My ex-housemate and I, we also used to routinely come up with new band names. We'd just be talking about band name, writing that down in the shared Google Doc.
Writing it down is the trick, because otherwise, of course, you forget it.
You do.
That's great.
You go, oh, it was really good.
And now you get to learn about ants. Now I get to learn about ants. Okay,
everyone gets to learn about
ants. Heaps of ant facts there.
Yeah, so I did go look at a bunch of ant facts. So there are over 12,000 ant species worldwide. And the only place that they are not native to is Antarctica, which is a little bit ironic.
What?
I know. It's in the name.
After ants then?
Yeah, why'd you do that? Maybe they were jealous.
It's like an irony thing. It's like a big guy called Tiny.
Yeah. Maybe one of the tracks can be called like Take Antarctica, or I don't know.
Yeah. Awesome.
Maybe we can make a joke about that.
Cool.
They're one of the longest living insects, I found out, which is really, really cool. They can live up to, there's a specific, I'm not going to even try and pronounce that, but they can live up to 30 years.
Oh, wow.
It's a long time to be an ant.
That is a long time to be an ant.
It's one of the strongest creatures in relation to their size. So, you know, pretty swole, which is cool. And then when they want to pick up something bigger, they just band together and all pick it up.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. They're really social insects. And so I bolded a few things here because I think I might want to use them as like the tour company or something like that. So the colony is also called a formicary. Which is a kind of weird sounding. It's a cool sounding name, right? Yeah. So we got a queen, and they're the ones that are laying the eggs. And we got worker ants, which is pretty cool. Sadly, in the ant kingdom, male ants, their only function is to mate with the queen. That's it. That's one and done, you know? Ants don't have ears, so they can't hear our screams. But they listen
fantastic musicians then.
At least they can sight read.
It's terrible because they can't hear you.
It's the most discordant band you've ever heard.
Yeah.
But they listen by like feeling vibrations through the ground, through their feet. So it's cool. They send chemical signals called pheromones. So like a lot of other animals have pheromones as well. But what they do is they make like trails of pheromones. and
Right.
ants can kind of follow the trails, which is really cool. I did also read, I'm not sure if it's in here, I read that they secrete different chemicals depending, like, to communicate. So if there's been like a battle of the ants, and one of the ants is like dying and knows it can't recover, it will actually send out a pheromone chemical signal to say, don't bother, don't come near me, just let me die.
Oh, wow.
So the other ants go, cool, we'll divert resources elsewhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Taking one for the team.
Yeah, literally. But what they do sometimes is, like, when they do have an ant war, they will pick up the the ants, and they'll bring them back, and they'll actually heal them by licking them.
Oh,
Apparently their saliva has healing
magic.
properties. Magic saliva. Maybe that I should write that down.
Magic saliva is not bad.
I'm gonna write that down.
I love that. I've got two questions actually, which
Oh,
I might
great.
squeeze in.
I love questions.
So, just on the references that you had, like the band posters, you mentioned Pinterest. Is that where do you get most of your references from? Is it Pinterest?
Yeah. Sometimes I think about diversifying. And I've got a friend in Melbourne at Hey Aiden who's awesome. And he gets the coolest references because he just goes and takes photos of things. He collects things.
Right.
And I think that's just part of his nature. He's a collector. Whereas, like, I'm very lazy. I will say that. I am incredibly lazy. And Pinterest is just like one of the biggest. There's just so much stuff on there. If you really go digging, like, I find some great stuff on Pinterest. I have something like 300 and something boards. I'm always making boards. Yeah, like, I've been a Pinterest girly for like 12 years now. Nice. I'm sure there are other places that have good stuff. Because the problem with Pinterest, right, is that if we're all hanging out on Pinterest, if we're all submitting stuff to Pinterest, everything can get a little bit homogenous as well.
Right. I guess that's the danger with design, right? Like, if
it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like AI. Like, AI will,
if
it's all scraping the same stuff, often the output can be the same.
Yeah, which actually, funnily enough, that's what I think is good about AI. Because if everyone starts looking the same, then it's really easy to stand out.
That's great. I like that. This glass is half full, isn't it, Amy? So there was also another question. Are we using any ant specific? Like, are we using any specific type of ant? I think.
No, we're not. I didn't, because Flynn, when we decided to do this live stream, normally I would spend maybe like a bit more time casually grazing and researching without doing it in like a more defined time. So for this poster, we will be focusing on ants in general. But if I were to do it again on a longer time horizon, I probably would focus more on a particular genus of ant. Because there's a lot. There's like 12,000 of them. Yeah. How do I find the coolest one?
Right. Yeah. It's a lot to research on Pinterest.
Correct. I even read an academic paper for some of this.
Oh, did you? That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
okay, those are the questions. Back to
the
facts.
Thank you for the questions. I love them. So army ant queens can lay up to 300,000 eggs in a few days. So she's really punching those out, which is a bit intense. And it forms what's called a bivalvuac, which is a structure made from living ants.
Okay.
Crazy. And I think, like, so that's a lot of ant facts. But one of the things that I was focusing on, right, was like the sleeping part. You know, like, no sleep for ants. Like, do they sleep? They do. They don't sleep like how we sleep. They take like small naps. So it's called polyphasic sleep. So they usually take like 250 naps in like a 24-hour period that last for like a minute each or something. Like, they're quite like, they just like little power down and then, back to work, power down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I found this interesting kind of thing in that academic paper where they've, I even was looking at like, this is what their sleep patterns look like in queen ants. I was like, maybe I could use that as a visual. I'm not sure. That's awesome. But they had found out that, similar to how humans have REM sleep, rapid eye movement, they've kind of figured out that queens do this like quivering thing, and they have what's called rapid antennal movement. So they have RAM. We've got RAM, they got RAM.
Wow.
Which is pretty fun. Yeah. So, but queens do have like deep sleep and dozing, whereas like the worker ants do more of this polyphasic sleep. So yeah, 250 micronaps a day.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna
So
try
these are
that.
some fun facts I found. And then from there, I decided to go find some, do some venue name, thinking about that.
Cool.
So for where No Sleep for Ants will be playing across one of the coasts, east, west, not sure, maybe west coast. We've done a lot of east coast stuff. So we've got obviously the Nest. I think it's a little cheap. I'll go for it, but I think it's a little low hanging fruit. We got Jumpin' Jack's Colony Dive Bar, and there are actually an ant called a Jumping Jack, so I thought that was kind of funny. Or Jumping Ant, yeah. Tunnels and Trails, so this idea of like their pheromone highways.
Yeah, cool.
Tunnels and Trails Tap House. I do love an alliteration. The Queen's Chamber, a little bit royal. We've got the Brood Room, so it's actually what they call it, a brood where they keep their larvae. The Midden Pool, so a midden in the ant world is their garbage dump.
Right.
Swarm, they when they're all together, it's called a swarm social club.
Yeah.
I thought the hive mind was kind of, because they sort of share that group kind of mentality there, live at the high mind. Soldiers and scouts, different types of ants. There was a type of ant, I think called a Dracula, so they're called the winged ones. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Underground, and then we got the Underground Roadhouse, Ant Hill Arena, Mound Motor Inn, and Aphids Ale House. So Aphids are
Ale House. Wow, some of these are so good.
Yeah.
When you're doing this word association, because this is very much your graphic designer mind
Yeah.
in, where you're trying to extrapolate from one idea as far as you can push it, and then come back and then find another idea and push it. How do you use any software for this? Do you type? How do you think when you're brainstorming this stuff? Because this is very brand and copywriting and almost advertising as well. Like when you're trying to think of taglines, you're trying to think of what's the idea,
and I love
with it.
I love taglining, and I love naming.
Yeah.
I love words. It's so funny because I was mentioning my friend Hayden before. He's got so many sketchbooks, and he's like, "What about your sketchbooks?" I'm like, "I don't sketch.
Yeah.
All my workbooks, all my notes apps are all written. I write. I don't really, and then I create visuals. I'm a graphic designer and I'm an artist, and it's so funny. And I was even thinking about this live stream in particular because I was like, oh, I don't even know if I really have that many Illustrator tricks, even though I'm an illustrator. And it's funny because I think this word kind of stuff is what makes my design stuff maybe that little bit different from, So I would say, when I'm thinking about, obviously a lot of this came from research and looking at facts about ants, and that's fun anyway. The research side of it is really fun. You just reading papers on ants, and you find these crazy things. You're like, oh, I didn't even know, that was what they did, or that's, until you really focus some energy and effort onto something, it's kind of, you just go, oh, they're ants, they're in my kitchen. Why are they in my goddamn kitchen? But then, so a lot of it comes from that. And then alliteration. So I'm always kind of looking at, MMM or AAA or whatever.
Yeah. And
then normally I would just go Google. I'm types of venues. I'm I just want you to give me a list. And that's why I'm oh, tap house. Ones I wouldn't have thought of, I'm always oh yeah, a dive bar or bar and diner or social club, or, you think about, the Fortitude Music Hall, and you're yep, hall. And then you think about the Princess Theatre, and you're okay, theatre, but then sometimes you just run out. So I just usually would Google and just be types of venues, or venues in my city. Even you could go look at Google Maps and just look at the names of other venues and see if you could riff on them, or if you could swap something out or take inspiration.
And would you just do that in the notes app on your phone?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you'd be in Illustrator yet, right? This is still brain.
Sometimes I'd write this stuff in here like this, and I would just have a text box and just drag it wherever I need it.
Yeah.
Because normally from these, then I'm kind of grabbing one, taking it out, as I'll show you, changing the typeface, turning it into outlines to make it a shape, and then I'm arranging it.
Yeah, cool. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I do a lot of naming, and I'm always changing my idea of how to. Well, I mean, not intentionally. It's just whenever there's a project, I'm, working on something, I'll often be doing, coming up with a name for someone's business or brand or something like that, or stuff that I'm trying to do as well. I've used mind mapping software. I've used like drawing stuff, good old notepad, and sitting outside to get out of it, just outside for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway,
I
that's
also
very
do.
interesting.
Oh, cool. I also I have another job. I also work with two of my mentors. I call them my design dads, Steve and Paul at Untold Agency, and they do like IP trademarking, brand, and like communications, like really high level. Like they're both award-winning creators.
Oh, cool.
And Paul is always talking about, you know, like they're just the way that they craft words so succinctly and so meaningfully has been really inspiring for me.
Yeah.
And just watching them think, I think because I've just worked with them on and off for so many years, I love it. And I think as well, like having a bit of a background in music, like not that I'm proficient at all, like I'm not classically trained or anything, but even lyrics and like listening to a lot of lyrics and how words rhyme, match, change, leap off each other, connect.
Yeah, there's a lot of intention there. It's been thought out very thoroughly, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah. Should we design some stuff?
We should design some stuff. We got about 20 minutes left.
Well, I am pretty quick, so we'll see how we go. Now, I have already kind of made some assets. So I drew some ants. I'm not sure if I love them. So I also found some pictures of ants, and I half-toned them because I love that effect.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if these 5 guys would like be the band members.
Yes. Awesome.
So Anthony.
Anthony, yeah.
I got nothing else. Yeah,
They're all Anthony.
They're all Anthony. Yeah. Anthony 1 through to 5.
If anyone in chat wants to throw out some ant
names, please give me some ant names.
Throw them in.
Yeah.
Throw them in chat.
I did put my brand logos here because I'm not sure if I'll use them. And then here's another thing I do a lot is I buy and acquire icon packs.
Right.
Because even though I probably could make some of these, as I said earlier, I will cancel myself before I get canceled. I am lazy. I will buy.
Get out in front of it.
Oh, you do. Like I buy things. And like sometimes typefaces will come with icon sets and packs or setups, which is really nice. Sometimes I will use the base of this and then redesign it. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so the first thing I think I want to do is I want to extract from here like a touring co. So I want a touring company. I want a record company. I don't know if there's any. Oh, we probably want a album name, a tour name. Yeah. So I think like this 12,000 ant thing. I think 12K tour company would sound pretty cool. 12K touring. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
I like Formacary. I think that might be the record company. Can I spell? That is.
It's always fun spelling live.
Yeah. Vibrations from the ground. That could be a potential album name. Trails of Pheromones is also pretty cool. Some of these could just be track names. Oh, maybe I want to use Rapid Antennal Movement as the album name.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Rapid. I can spell. Can I? Okay, it's okay. 1. Album. And then tour name. What are we going to use for our tour name? Oh, Magic Saliva.
I like how you put ooh over there.
I know I did. Oh no, I wanted to use Polyphasic, I think, as the Polyphasic tour.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I like that. Okay, that's going to form the basis of some of our stuff there. So now I want to find. I think it'll be an album launch. Album launch. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So 12K touring. Let's see what typefaces. I'm gonna do this in a separate text box. I've got so many typefaces. I'm probably going to use something by Tropical Type, one of my favorite foundries. So this is what we're working with here, Flynn. Like a lot to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You're a font collector.
I love it. I love it. And also Adobe fonts. I use a lot of Adobe fonts.
Yeah,
Some great ones in
there's
there.
heaps there.
Ah, and like Oh No Type Foundry, love.
Yeah,
Ooh,
really good.
is this gonna be? Oh, it's a little bit too hard to read. I like that one, but it's a bit chunky. But I do like. I'm pretty typical of myself. I really love a big fat typeface. Like Bagor is one of my favorites. Big Sexy Sands from Tropical Types, one of my favorites as well. It's just like got great curve, very fun. I'm trying to think of like what I want the vibe to be. I think it's still a heavier band. Um,
Right.
I
Yeah, so I
think it
guess you have to
is.
think about the type of music that they would.
Oh yeah, we need to give him a logo too. No sleep for ants. We need to do that. We've completely forgotten what we're here for. We'll come back to that.
What type of music does the ant? Do, what are we listening to here? Do you think? Because you were like very set on one of the previous posters. You're like, this is pretty much heavy metal. You were
Yeah.
mentioning before. So what? Yeah. What are
I,
we?
I don't know. See, I was thinking earlier, like I think ages ago, um, someone was like, Immortal Lobster is absolutely and like a big heavy mosh pit style band.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. And then I was like, oh, I don't even know what that would be. So I don't know. And funnily enough, the pigeon band, I was like, that actually reminds me a bit of like, I don't know, Kings of Convenience or something, which is
Right.
a little bit more like indie. I
Mm.
don't know, No Sleep for Ants. Like it sounds angry. In not a bad way. It
Yeah.
just sounds a bit angry. I think this is a bit of a weird one, but I kind of like this.
Trap and trance music.
Trap and trance. Okay.
That's not bad. I think you might be right.
Okay. All right. Trap and trance. I'm going to write that down here. Trap, trance. And then we need No Sleep for Ants. No Sleep for Ants. I think I don't know if it's going to stack or not. I never know. Kind of, what do I want? I want something fat, but I want something with a bit of personality. Sometimes I try and not use typefaces I've already used for everything because
It's hard not to when you know it works,
because I
right?
love them.
Yeah.
Like Soul Maze I use so much for everything because I just love it. Ooh, no. I saw I was like, and see, I don't
What
even
made
know.
you say no then? Like when you saw it big, when you saw it larger, you were just like, this is not like a display, like or a heading font. This is not right. Like what made you
I actually
instantly
don't
kind
mind
of
that.
go no, or you don't know?
I think there was like a little
Just a
tick in
feeling,
the A, the top of the A,
right?
and I
Yeah,
was like, oh, it just feels like too corporate now.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate this.
Mm.
But I also don't know how I feel about stencily style typefaces, to be honest. Like it could just be, yeah. And this is, you're watching me do this. This is the process: scrolling and thinking and
Mm.
vibing. It's very vibing. It's
The
not a.
balloon kind of style font just reminded me. I don't know if you've seen this before, but have you ever seen that poster where it's all the heavy metal bands next to each other and they all look like Metallica, but then there's one that's just called like Clown Radio or something like that, and it's just in like cartoony, like bright colors, and it just totally stands out. Have you
I
seen that
love that.
poster
No,
before?
that's you're gonna have to send that to me though,
I'll
because
find it for
yeah,
you.
please do, because that's funny. Oh, this one's called B1. That would be kind of funny, even though it's bees, not ants. But yeah, that. Oh, I don't hate it. That S is kind of cool. Oh, maybe I like. Maybe I like that. And this again, it's just this. We just play this game where I get 4 different kind of options and then kind of figure it out and then play with it later. Ooh.
I found it and I'll send it to you later.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a heavy metal thing. There's about 20 bands, and they all look really angry, right? They're like pointy. And then one's party cannon, and it's just the R's backwards, and it's just written in like rainbow letters. It's great.
That's funny. I like that.
Good value. I mean, a font says a lot, right?
It does, and this is why it does take a bit of time. I kind of like that. I use Gertie a lot. I will say I like Gertie. And sometimes when this is taking too long, I will just leave that. So let's move on to former Kerry. I think I'll switch it up because, oh, no. Also one of my favorites, Degular. I love a tight look at this. Look at these options.
So many options. Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
that.
so funny.
Actually, I think I might just commit to that for now. What else did we say? Polyphasic tour. I think I know what I want to do for this one. Oh, that looks kind of nice though. It's just the typeface. It just looks good.
Yeah.
See, I kind of was thinking like this kind of vibe.
Oh yeah, cool.
I might even. I'm gonna do the and tour in a different typeface.
Yeah, nice.
I'm not sure what it'll be. I do. And that, you know, it's so funny because people are like, how do you know which typefaces to choose? I'm like, sometimes I don't. I just play around. Sometimes I'll go for something obnoxious, like brush script because it's fun.
Oh my god.
I do actually use it.
Do you really?
Yeah, non-ironically.
Wow.
I know. It's silly. I think I want, because, yeah, maybe I want something like, yeah. Just to like offset.
Yeah. The tour.
I kind of want these to be the same size. Not even see how that feels in a bit. We'll just group that for now. And I'll put that over here with my other assets. What else do we need to say? Rapid antennal movement album launch. Okay. And then I'm thinking, let's farm it out to the chat. If I'm going to do like a 2-color, I'm kind of vibing brown. I know, like I was saying to Flynn, we were talking earlier about how I don't really like brown. But I've started liking brown.
You saw my brown shirt and you just went, that's
crap.
It's now in vogue.
I hate it. No. Oh, I don't like that. I definitely want a different type. I don't like that lowercase was not nice.
So when you're thinking about duotone, is it because of like printing experience? You're like, well, if I end up printing this, it's going to be cheaper, or do you digitally print most of them anyway, or factor in? I
bought an art printer last year, actually.
Oh.
Best thing I bought last year.
What's an art printer compared to?
It's an ink printer.
Ink printer. Okay.
Yeah, as opposed to like a cartridge printer.
Right. So you fill it up with.
Yeah.
Like actual liquid. Ink,
yeah,
like
and that's actually quite fun to do as well. But yeah, I bought it last year. It's an Epson, which I thought I would never buy again because I had desktop Epsons, and I would routinely go to Officeworks and stand in the printing section and tell people not to buy Epsons.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was just so infuriating. But yeah, it's a Epson 8550 and it's brilliant. It's so beautiful. The colors are insane. Yeah. So it doesn't cost that much to print now.
Whereas what about the ink and everything?
It's cheap.
Oh yeah?
It's so cheap. Yeah, you wouldn't think it would.
Market for a printer.
Oh, well, I would recommend.
Really?
I love it. It's been absolutely best purchase I made last year.
Oh, really? Okay.
The ink lasts forever. You just buy the same Yeah, buy the ink and the paper from Ink Station, and they're lovely to work with. It's great.
Nice. And you can print like artwork that you could hang up.
Yeah.
Like that kind of quality.
Yep. And that one I
It's a
have is an
decent paper.
A3 borderless.
Really?
Yeah.
You do borderless as in you can come out.
Yep, you don't have to trim it.
Marks.
Yeah.
What?
I know. I know.
Really? Wow. I haven't looked at printing anything in like 15 years. The marvels of modern technology.
That's it. All right, I'm gonna commit to this one, and I'm gonna do a version. I'm gonna do a stacked version as well, because I've got a vibe for potentially putting that into some blocks and then stacking the blocks. Let's see if that works first, because I kind of liked this here. So it could look good, it could look shit, it could look bad, sorry. And I think this is a lot of the design process for me, is like, we just keep massaging it until it looks good. Nice. Could be good, could be bad. And so, yeah, most of the time I have no idea how this is going to turn out. It's just it's all just for fun, you know? We're here to have fun. Yeah. And then pink is not what I'm going for. I think we might do brown, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like in black and white first. And this is fun.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Yeah, it looks like you're doing black and white from the start and then adding color kind of sort of at the end, or once you've got kind of the composition together?
Sometimes what I will do is I get like a lot of, I will get things off Pinterest, like pictures off Pinterest, and just color drop them.
Right.
Because I like, there's color combos I like, and then yeah, I'll just steal them, like an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Colors are free.
Yeah. Okay, so I kind of like this. I don't know if I like the composition there. We'll move this over here in case we want to change. I think I want to grab in my Anthony's. And I had a thought, I don't know if it was a quality thought, of like putting them in some shapes. But I don't know if that would look really 80s.
Try it.
Okay. Well, I also had this other idea of like putting them in bars. I think I was getting like a black flag kind of vibe for some reason.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, kind of like that. I don't know. It means all of these have to be kind of the same size, but I just thought it, like, if we could stack them. I think threes are good. You know, hey, threes are good because rule of three. It's always a little bit more like something about it. Also, you might have noticed that I'm not one for shortcuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
This could be me designing. I think very very similar. Like I get it a lot on it's just old habits, I think. Like it's just kind of sometimes the way you were taught in like design school or something is just what you stick with. It's quite funny coming on here because people have their shortcuts set up and do things like kind of the new kind of modern way. A lot of the time I'm still like manually aligning stuff and I like to take my time.
Yeah. So I'm thinking
cool.
I'm thinking that could look kind of fun, but then I'm not sure. Contrast is terrible there, but maybe I'm not sure if we would do something like that, or if then this is the logo that we go with. But we still have a lot of, we need space for a lot of other information. So that's what's tricky as well. But maybe I'll just brush that down. Oh, no, I think I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna brush that in. And I think it's getting to the point now where I would like some color. I am thinking brown.
Why not?
Wow, yeah.
Could retroactively come up for some purposeful reasons of why brown. Dirt's brown?
Dirt brown. Well, I was thinking because they're like, you know, their bodies are like black brown.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going to fit all of the touring stuff. Sorry, the dates. What have they done here? This is where I will go look at this.
Yeah. And
see what they've done. Is there anything in my other? Yeah, see, none of this is super groundbreaking. Like that, that's nice. All right, well, maybe I will grab all of this now. And maybe we'll cut it down.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to fit all that in, are you?
Nah. I mean, I could, but then you might not see it all.
Yeah.
I didn't love... There's a few of these I was not super... I think I really liked the Brood Room. I thought that was cool. And I liked the Tap House one. That was quite fun. Midden Pool Hall was pretty funny. I don't think they want to be at a stadium. I'm just making that call as their manager. I didn't like a supper club either. The Roadhouse sounds pretty cool. Get rid of that. And then Aphid's Owl House I think is cool. So what's that? So that's pretty good. I think I might go for my crowd favorite because that does feel good. And then when's this tour? I think this tour is in October. So we'll say 5th. I think they can do 2 shows in a row. I think back to back. It's not even in the same city. And then we'll give them a break to the 11th. You can do another back to back. We work them hard here.
I mean, they're notoriously hard workers, aren't they? So.
Yeah, I mean, this should be just a whole month. This is their job.
I love that you were deciding whether or not they were going to do 3 days back to back.
Well, you know, my boys, I got to look after them. Oh God. And then what am I?
I'll just let you know, and the audience knows as well. We are at our hour, but
wow,
we can keep going. I know it goes very fast.
I thought I was fast.
We can keep going because I'm having a great time. So
okay, yeah.
It's all good.
I'm going to get rid of this one now. I've decided. Sorry. And then I'm gonna...
You get a massive break now.
Yeah. I've got to go home, look after the swarm.
Yep.
I don't know. I am running out of space. We're running out of time and we're running out of space. This is where I would now... I do a lot of this, where I go, I don't mind it. I don't want to get rid of it.
Totally.
But I also want to change it.
I do that when I'm getting worried that I'm going to ruin it, and then I'll mess everything up so much, and I'll think, oh, now I'm going to have to go back like 400 times.
Yeah, but, maybe I'll want to keep it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's to say? And then I think I want some like little dividing lines. This is looking like oddly minimal for me.
It's hard not to do dotted lines, right? For those lines.
Ooh, I know, or a checker.
Eventually. Yeah,
or I love a checker. I need to figure out, maybe I don't love that. Maybe I want to stack that. This is the live designing process where I just change my mind. Ooh, that's not terrible.
That's cool.
Okay, cool. There we go. Look, and I just made some space. Look at us go.
Nice.
And then I need something else. What else do I need? Magic saliva. Why does that keep coming up? Maybe. I don't know if I love this being here now. Maybe. Ooh. Maybe remove everything up. Maybe this goes under here.
Yeah, that was good.
Better up.
Better up.
Better.
More better. Yes.
More better. I feel like there is. I feel like I messed this up. I wanted a. Oh no, I did mess this up. That's what I wanted. There we go.
Are you a like listen to music kind of person, or series in the background, or are you like dead silence?
Just silence. It's scary.
Drives me
Oh,
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
Because I'm always like,
same.
I'm a freak. Yeah.
I can't. I tried it the other day. I tried to put just some music on and sit down and design. I was like, shut up! I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Do you turn are you the type of person that turns the volume down when you're trying to reverse parallel park too?
Yes. I'm like, turn it down. I'm trying to think. I need the window open if I'm reversing. I need the kids quiet. We have a rule in the car. Because obviously, because when you're pulling up somewhere, often it's exciting, or, if you've got kids in the back of the car and they're like, what are we doing here? Can we do this? Can we do that? Oh my God. And you're like, dude, just give me, when you hear me reverse the car, everyone is quiet. Please.
That's so funny.
So true.
Oh man. I'm trying to see if there's something that I wanted to put it's all very typographic at the moment. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't know if I like that. I think I would change my own logo. Maybe this lives up the top now, but that gets smaller.
I've got another question.
Please.
Throw it in while
Yes.
Would you say that the animal kingdom is one of your greater influences / wells of inspiration?
It's funny how I really love making series of things. I think it's because I'm a bit of a systems thinker. So I love coming up with like a system for something. And once I have a system, I'm like, oh, now I can like replicate the system. So the system here is obviously like animals, puns, monocolor, like that sort of stuff.
Posters.
Yeah. So it gets easier and it becomes more fun. So when things get easier, I find they become more fun. Although I do like a bit of a challenge.
Where does the systems thinking come from?
No, I've just always. I think it's because I used to always make things really difficult for myself, and I'm not sure why I did that. And so I think coming up with systems kind of stopped me from making things too complicated for myself. I don't know. It's a great question. One that I will unpack in my journal at some point.
Great.
All right. I'm kind of liking this, although I'm feeling like I need a third thing here, but I don't know what that third thing is. We've got an album launch. Oh, maybe we should have some top tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Top tracks? What do we got? What do we got in the written Magic Saliva? All right, fine. We will do Magic Saliva as our hit track.
Has to be one.
We'll do hit track Magic Saliva. There we go. Performing live. What do I want to...
Crowd favorite.
We'll do this, and then we might add some color, and then I think we're done then. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you love how many typefaces I've decided to use here?
That's awesome. Yeah. It's funny because it's like a space where you can, like, it really makes a lot of sense to have lots of different type.
Yeah.
Like, Whereas often when you're designing, it's kind of like we kind of really don't want to have too many,
Yeah.
too much going
You
on.
got too many.
It's kind of like one of those design school things, right? It's like,
It is.
it's one of those rules you have to learn, but then this is an occasion where you can break it and it works really well. It'd be really boring if you didn't, probably.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good that we're agreeing on that. That's so gross.
Great. I love it. I love it that it made it all the way to the end. It's so cool.
That's funny. All right. So yeah, I think brown. I don't know how I feel about brown and black. But then I also can't change the color of my halftones unless I go back into Photoshop. So I shan't be doing that at this point in time.
See how we go.
Yeah, see, this is problematic. This is where this is problematic. Maybe something lighter. This is again when we get to just maybe literally.
Whoa.
I'll just do this. Be like, actually, don't mind. This like papery kind of. I don't know if it's giving trap and trance though. That's the only thing. And then I still feel like we need two things down here, but I don't know what they are yet. Yeah. And then this is where I might kind of want these bigger, but I had loved them.
The top two, I don't know if it's just I'm going crazy, but they both look like they're singing like into a microphone that's just, I think the way that you've cropped them, you could almost have a microphone just out of frame. And the bottom one doesn't, but that makes sense because they're on drums.
He's the drummer. And then maybe
it all makes sense.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
It's all, actually, I found this gingham pattern. This could be way too overkill. But I was kind of thinking about picnic blankets.
Oh yeah, of course. Yep.
I also found this, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. But what I was kind of thinking was like maybe a pattern. But I don't know if that's on the sides. I don't know if that's a bit weird. Maybe I will. Can I ungroup all of that? Can I get rid of half of that? Oh, I can. Sick. Yeah, I was even thinking like, something along these sides. I don't know if it's like too much now, but maybe like just like some texture maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it... Yeah, there's a lot of this. There's a lot of copying and pasting and iteration, and then something happens and you're like, that's great. Sometimes I just find like these big texture things and just like put them over the top.
Yep.
Just to like kind of, I don't hate that actually. I actually quite like that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, I think I'm done. I think I'm going to call it there, even though I've got
Cool.
this weird little gap down here that I don't know what to do with, but we'll sort that out another time.
So you would probably over time, like when you're working by yourself and you have, go away and come back to it, obviously, like in different times, but you would have a lot of iterations, like in your working file. Yeah.
Yeah, loads. Yeah. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I like that, but could I like it more? And then do a different version. Sometimes the color's off, sometimes it's the type, sometimes. So yeah, I would have like, 10 to 20 iterations. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty standard.
Well, there was one more question. So that's amazing.
Excellent.
The design portion was one more question. What's your favorite design rule to break?
All of them.
Yeah.
No. I love using multiple typefaces. I don't really grid things. I used to get in trouble in college.
Right.
And I remember my lecturer came and sat down next to me. He's like, cool, show me your grids. I'm like, what? He's like, where are your grids? And I was like, I don't like them. He's like, what do you mean you don't like them? And I said, well, I just find them really restrictive. He's like, well, they're not supposed to be restrictive. They're supposed to be there to help you be more, like, have flow.
Yeah.
He's like, so where are your guidelines? I'm like, they're not here. And he's like, so you just did this by eye? I was like, yeah. And he's like, you are 0.5 mil out.
Right.
And I was like, wow, this is pretty good. And he's like, it's good, but don't let that get to your head. So yeah, grids I've come to love. Using multiple typefaces, I think you can. And I still
Mm.
do live trace things in Illustrator, which I would never let my students do. But sometimes I really do want that kind of janky,
Yeah.
drawn look that you just can't get when you vector something cleanly.
Yeah, I
So
see what you
yeah.
mean. Yeah, you kind of get the artifacts and the trying to figure out how to vectorize.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a particular style. So yeah, I can see a use
Yeah.
case for that.
Yeah. And that's what I did, like the Immortal Lobster one, and like that's all just drawn and then brought in live trace. I think the higher
Mm.
quality you can draw your work, the you'll get more nodes, but the quality they
Yeah.
won't be as like janky. It'll be a lot smoother.
Sometimes you want the jank.
You do. I love it.
We'll go out on that. Sometimes we love the jank. Actually, you promised me that you would tell me the meaning of life at the end, so we're gonna leave on that question.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of life?
I think you sort of have fun.
Oh, simple as that. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Well, that's what we just did here on Adobe Live, Asia
Yeah.
Pacific. So thank you so much, Amy. That was really fun. I love this poster project, so I can't wait to see where this one ends up. And I'm sure
I'll
you'll
send
share
you a
it at
final
some.
version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd love to see it. That would be really cool, and I can't wait to see No Sleep for Ants live. It's gonna be epic.
Live at
Um,
Jumping Jack's Colony Dive Bar, October
I'll be there
5th.
in October. Can you, if people want to find out more about you, where are the best places to find you?
Yeah, I'm most active on Instagram, so at forge.forward. And my website is www.forgeforward.co. I do have a TikTok, but I'm mainly on there scrolling, having fun instead of posting content. And if you want to sign up to my newsletter, every month I send 2 opinion pieces and story times, and I also launch new products. So that's always a fun time. It's a big read. People actually carve out Monday mornings, 9 a.m. to sit down with a cup of coffee for half an hour and read it. So if you like to
Oh wow.
go deep and read, then sign up to that. But that's where I'm usually hanging out.
Awesome. Amazing. Well, thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for the questions. Thank you, Dark House, for looking after us in chat as well. And we'll see you next time on Adobe Live. Bye, everyone.
Bye.